It's the other thing as well. Somebody asked, "Where's your studio?" Because the couch, and it's almost like we've just put it in for like.
So you'll see when you come on our one, I've turned a room back home into like on the virtual studio. So literally, it looks a bit like this on the other side of the camera, lights up, all the rest of it, and then I've covered the back wall in all kind of golf memorabilia and this and that. And now like the lighting's good. Memorabilia behind, and like it does look a bit more professional.
I'm really looking forward.
It's hard with the lighting and stuff. Like you've got good blinds here. It's amazing when you do a podcast just in a room with natural light, how much the natural light like changes through the recording.
Oh yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
Am I the first non-Scouser on the podcast?
There's every possibility. There's every possibility with that. Too fair. You're a milestone today as well.
What was that?
Yeah, it's episode 10.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
congratulations.
If are you okay just to come a touch closer than yours? So it should be manipulated. Yeah, all right.
Happy?
Yeah, you feeling comfortable?
Feeling comfortable.
Right, are you okay? Oh, go on.
Apparently, it's something mad. Like 85% of podcasts don't ever make episode 10.
Yeah.
Tap yourself in the back.
So I have a mentor for me podcasting, and
nice.
He said so many don't even make it to 5.
Really?
He told me to start for 5, but to 10 is mental. So
nice.
Thank you for being part of that.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to do a quick intro, if that's okay.
And
we'll have some fun, have a nice chat. Okay, so welcome back everybody to episode 10, big 10, didn't know if I'd make it here, of the LA Golf Channel podcast. And today we are joined by Stephen McEvoy. He's the creator of the Full Program Golf, the bespoke service for travel and golf, from your doorstep essentially to the first tee box. He's going to give you everything from where you will eat, where you'll travel, the transferring, every small detail of it. But we're actually going to have a little bit more of a chat about Stephen. We're going to talk about Full Program, but we're going to talk to Stephen, just get to know you a little bit. And the main thing I want to bring up, we shouldn't touch on, you've ended up here because you are travelling back home from somewhere awesome.
I have, yeah. I've had a bit of a doozy the last week. So March, not necessarily the best time for golf in the UK, but no. we thought we'd roll the dice and we put a trip together. So travelled up from, I'm just outside London, went up. We're supposed to play Hallamshire and Sheffield, but unfortunately my mate hurt himself. But we won't go into too much detail with that. But get better soon, Crouch. And then landed in Scotland. We were in Troon, and so Tuesday played Dundonald. Wednesday we're down at Turnberry, King Robert the Bruce. Thursday, Ailsa, obviously one of the best golf courses in the world. Yeah. Western Gailes yesterday. Down here to see you today. Hillside tomorrow. Back home.
You are a spoilt man. The fact I make that cut in the smallest way, I'll take, but you're a spoilt man.
Yeah, spoilt man. And all the listeners would be like, "Oh, girl, get a load of this lad."
It's a job.
For the last 2 days, I've played in 50-mile-an-hour winds. I know, small violin and all the rest of it. 50-mile-an-hour winds, hailstorms, real feel -3. I'm as keen a golfer as there is.
That was battle.
I've tested my love for this beautiful game the last couple of days.
We're gonna have to see a picture to see if you were actually on top of Everest, because
yeah, it was. Yeah, especially on Ailsa. We played Ailsa on Thursday, which is the best golf course I've ever played. I mentioned to you before the pod. Like, I think by the rankings from the top 100, I think I'd played St George's Hill, which I love, down in London, and I'd played Ganton as well. But this is a real step forward. I think, this is into the kind of top 20 in the world, open host. The Donalds put a huge amount of money into that place. For whatever you think about him, he knows how to do hospitality. And the hotel, the golf course was just phenomenal. One of the best pro shops you'll ever see in your life. Like this. Oh my goodness. And I spoke to Ginger Golf, who obviously broke the world record on our podcast last week, and he was like, out of all 652 golf clubs that he went to, he was like, the Turnberry Pro Shop
just another level.
It's like an American golf superstore. Have you ever been to America and gone to the PGA superstores?
No, they look impressive, and unfortunately, the only time in America was with my kids, and they literally said, "You're not going in there." I lost that fight.
I was the only time I've gone, I was there with a non-golf friend, and we were driving down this highway, and you just see this like 100,000 square foot warehouse with a big PGA badge on it, and I just went to him. I was just like, "We've got to have a look, haven't we? Got to have a look." And just golf retail on a level that I don't think we see here in the UK. Now, I wouldn't put the Turnberry Pro Shop quite on that.
But it's got a level.
It's a sizable shop with everything from hats, polos to tea towels, teddy bears. Like, it's a real...
Did we leave with some merch? Did we?
Yeah, I left with a little bit of merch.
Yeah, love
a
that.
little bit of merch. Now, they've got 2 logos at Turnberry. They've got the kind of, I think it's the old one, which is the lighthouse, kind of says Turnberry across the top, Scotland down the bottom. And then they have the Trump Turnberry, which is the Trump coat of arms and kind of has Trump Turnberry underneath it. And so, like, you know, just to wade through which logo direction I was going to go in. There was some stuff nicer in one logo, some stuff nicer in another. But yeah, I won't go into full detail what we got. But
well, we might get to see it in the background of your pod sometime.
Might see it. Yeah, nothing for the wall, unfortunately. Okay. But there's some wall stuff coming.
Okay.
Yeah, the wall stuff coming. So the next one is I'm actually going to the US Open at Shinnecock on the Friday. And back in 2015, I worked at the Open. I worked in the merch tent. And I was put on, you were put on sections, right?
Yeah.
And I was put on glassware and art.
It sounds like your niche, no?
Yeah, I mean, as a 19-year-old lad, I did think to myself, I was just like, maybe not my first choice.
Yeah.
But what came from it is there's a chap from America called Lee Wabransky, and he's the official artist for, I think, all of the majors now.
Oh, wow.
And so what he does is he paints this portrait of the course, and then he makes prints from it, and he sells the prints in the shop. He's always in the shop. He signs them, meets people, and I basically worked for him for 8 days. And afterwards, to say thank you, he gave me a print of the 3 Opens I'd been to, including that St Andrews one. And then he'll be at Shinnecock, and so my plan is to go and catch up with him and buy the Shinnecock print. But quite a cool story. Like, the art's always amazing, and then normally the winner of the major purchases the original from him.
Wow.
So he sold his art to Rory McIlroy, Justin Rose, like all the kind of top boys, which I think nice touch.
Yeah, that's a nice touch, that, isn't it? That's fantastic.
So yeah, that's the next one on the horizon, but you never know when you find stuff for the wall.
Yeah, but how did you find yourself working there though? What made you think I want to give that a go?
Yeah, so just before I was finishing university and kind of about to go into work, like, I kind of discovered, massive sports fan, you know, I love all sports, and discovered you could go work Wimbledon and you get free tickets, load of kit, do that for a week, get a bit of money. I discovered you could go work at the Open. So I was working in the merch tent from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and then I had a free ticket the rest of the day.
Oh.
So I literally watched 8 afternoons of golf.
Yeah.
Worked in the morning. I got a 19-year-old kid, couldn't really afford your top brands back then.
Yeah.
I got 2 RLX polos, Open, all the rest of it, and a like windproof jacket.
Yeah.
I was just like,
antique, that's class.
And money.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
you got paid as well.
And I got paid as well. So I was like,
awesome.
I was like, you could have paid me nothing and given me these tickets
Yeah.
and the stash, and I'd have been like, job done. So yeah, kind of discovered it a bit too late, unfortunately. And like, if I have kids, I'm going to be from the age of they're 16 or whatever a working age would be in that. I'm going to be like, lads, get out there and do these things through the summer, because unbelievable experience.
I think that's like something I did not even know that was a thing. That is class to. Were you sleeping on that when you tell me that? Jesus.
I know. Well, we got Birkdale this summer.
Yeah,
not too late.
I wonder if I can volunteer for Tommy's caddy instead. Get rid of Finnell for a day.
Yeah.
Give me a ticket for a different day when they kick me off his bag again.
That would be people kind of double taking, be like, why is Tommy carrying back? No, why is there 2 Tommies?
No, it'd be very much like, oh, there's the afterbirth of when Tommy came on next to him. So you just got to go back up to your trip to Scotland.
Yes.
When you did Dundonald.
Yes.
Where did you stay?
We stayed in the Marine Troon Hotel, which is right on the fairway of Royal Troon. So I've not played Royal Troon, so I kind of got a bit of a taste for it.
Yeah.
The Marine Collection, so they have hotels. They've obviously leaned into golf massively, and I'm sure I'll forget some, but they've got Marine Troon. They've got one over right on North Berwick in East Lothian. They've got one up next to Dornoch. They've got one in Portrush, and they've got one down by County Down. Wow. I think there might be one other, but so all old school, good hotels in hot spots for golf. Yeah. And so March is not a particularly busy time for Scotland, and we found out why, I suppose. But yeah, went up there. The rates were much lower than they would be middle of the summer. Stayed there. It was good because I put clients in there, so it was good to experience it. Yeah, it was nice. So we stayed there.
Yeah. Do you feel like the right service you're looking for as well with?
Yeah, I
with
think
the
so.
FPG?
I think when you go up to Scotland, it's about having that slightly rustic feel. You're playing the historic links golf, and I think having a whiskey in a kind of quite intimate bar and a hotel that's a bit more old school kind of just adds to the romance of it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think that should always be the case. I think there's if I went to Belek in Turkey and I was put in a hotel that looked like the Marine Troon, I'd be a bit like, not sure this quite marries, but I think for up there, it's the perfect vibe.
Well, I think we'll find this happens probably a little bit while we're talking, but again, that's the unique touch that FPG is going to be offering people, isn't it, really?
Yeah, we try to. And, you know, the locations that we try lead people towards, pretty much all of them, like, we've done it. We've gone and lived that holiday and experienced it. And so hopefully that can put us in a position where we can steer guests in the right direction. Now, not everyone wants the same thing, but that's part of it. You got to understand it's having the conversation, reading the room a little bit, and then steering someone in a direction you think they're going to enjoy.
Yeah.
Now, we all love golf holidays, don't we? If you're a golfer, how can you not love a golf holiday? It just does so much for you. It gets you out, gets you with your mates. You're doing something. I've never been a big like sit on a beach lounger and do nothing kind of guy. I just like on my feet doing something, and I just think golf holidays are the ultimate. You see these incredible places. Why would I have gone to Troon in Scotland if I wasn't a golfer?
Yeah,
I never would.
You wouldn't have in March anyway.
That is very true. So it's a great way to see the world. It's a great way to see different cultures. And then if you're into golf, there's such a plethora of different styles of golf, and just going out there and seeing these different courses, for me, I think is one of life's great pleasures. And so I'm in the business of trying to pass it on to other people, basically.
Well, I know we'll keep touching in on where the full programme golf fits into your travels. But I'd like to go, just going to leave back. Have you ever, when you've done Dundonald, have you ever done the like, not chalets, but you know, on the... where
the little lodges.
Yeah, have you ever done them?
I haven't stayed in them myself.
They look cool, don't they?
They do look cool, yeah. So Dundonald, newer golf course, only 20 years old, so comparatively to a lot of the very historic courses up there, it's a new kid on the block. The club, have you been?
No, I have never played golf in Scotland.
Have you never?
Never, no.
That is an absolute crime, mainly because I literally walked through the door here and drove down from there last night. You're only 4 hours away, which really, you know, you could load the car up and be stood on the first tee at Dundonald at 1 PM, no problem whatsoever.
I'm spoilt enough that I've not even done all of the ones on the coastline.
Have you not? What are you missing?
20 minutes from me. I have only played West Lancs.
Really?
So, taking golf up 4 years ago, I only really started travelling with golf the last 12 months. So, I've played Formby Ladies, West Lancs, but SNA, Hillside, Birkdale, or like none of them yet.
What are you doing tomorrow?
No, don't you dare. It's Mother's Day.
Of course it is. Do you know what? You're actually the second person that has turned down. So I'm playing Hillside tomorrow for the listeners. You'd actually be the second person who's turned down the invite because it's Mother's Day. And I was just like, God, I'm rolling in these circles of adults these days. Now I'm in my 30s.
It's not fun, is it, though? Like, just
goodness
to say
me.
no to that. My wife's like avid Liverpool fan. Got season ticket. She's turned down her season ticket to have family day, and I'm like, go to the match. I can find somewhere for the kids. I'll be playing.
Probably a babysitter working on Mother's Day, isn't there? I don't think the weather's very good tomorrow either, so maybe you wouldn't see it in all its glory.
Yeah,
maybe
and the case that you bring it as well with this weather.
Well, I've certainly brought it down with me. That seems to be it's a lovely day today, though.
We're landed on it. This is gorgeous. We're blessed with sunshine as we chat. It's lovely.
Yeah, no, it is very nice. Where were we? Dundonald. So you got to get up to Scotland. But so the people who haven't been, because it's new, they have built this very, very modern clubhouse facility.
Right. Okay.
Probably it certainly felt like the newest clubhouse I've been in recent memory. Really nice touch that I haven't seen before. I hear it's a couple of different clubs, but the first time setting eyes on it, into the changing rooms afterwards, and you go through into like the shower area. Sauna, steam room, the works.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a nice touch.
Look, you're obviously somebody who looks after yourself as well. There's nothing like a sauna, is there?
I love a sauna.
Oh.
I've got sauna ice plunge at home, and great pleasure putting myself through that.
I was going to say through that pain. You're a man after my own heart, honestly. How long do you do sauna?
The time's increased a lot now. The ice plunge is next to it.
Okay.
So I will do. What will I do? I will do normally 25 minutes in, 3 minutes, and then to be honest, I can literally go back and forth for as long as I like. I normally stop around 45 minutes just because life's got to happen at some point.
When was the last time you had a cold? I bet you just don't get ill with that.
Do you know what? I felt a little bit run down after yesterday, after cobbing it in the face for 2 days straight. But no,
that's awesome though. Yeah, I like that healthcare.
Do you know what? So I was in South Africa over Christmas, and South Africa's the best place in the world. Just want to start that. It genuinely is. If anyone asked me to recommend somewhere to go, I would tell them to go down there. But there was a stomach bug going around Cape Town this Christmas, and for the first time in a decade, like I genuinely couldn't tell you the last time I was like properly ill. I was sick as a dog, and we were talking about Whoop before we started. I got a non-alcohol drinking 1% from just illness.
Wow.
And I was like, that allowed me to feel sorry for myself, as you can probably imagine.
No, I don't think I've ever got, even I've told you my daft sleep routine. I've never been that low without alcohol.
Oh yeah.
That's brutal.
It's my first non-alcohol. In my 20s, I ripped a couple of nights and had 1%, and you wake up and you're like, it's probably fair play, to be honest. But that was my first, and I was like, fair enough.
But not I guess that routine is probably a key component in that. Like, saunas are damn good for you, aren't they? It's good to see the course introducing that as well, because especially, if you're walking off
freezing,
a sideways rain, 40-mile-an-hour wind, that's probably what you need.
And I think there'd be something just quite magical about just like jumping in with your football. In a completely non-gay way, like as in just chopping up the round over a quick 20 minutes. Showers upstairs.
I'm all for a good towel whip, don't you worry.
It's not where I thought we were going to go with all this, but you just meander in these conversations, don't you?
It's some of the best parts about it. Oh my days. So how did you find the newer golf course? A big conversation I have with my dad, mainly the American style of golf, is that these newer courses, they can lack character, they can feel a little bit too open. How did you find the new golf course relative to what you played?
I think it comes down to the land above everything else. I think Dundonald's built in really good land. It's in an area which is filled with some epic tracks. I would put it in the filler conversation.
Yeah.
Just because...
what's around it,
it's relative. If Dundonald was in Suffolk, best course in the county, like easily. So it's all relative, but Dundonald's got good land. It was bone dry. Now I know you've got good courses up here, but down in London, especially the course I play at, right next to the River Thames, we really struggle in the winter. And so to just have like firm ground underfoot was magical, to be honest. Some good holes, some slightly more straightforward holes, but I'd say all round, if Dundonald was on your rota, you're going to have a good time. Like I said, the hospitality off the course is really good. I think the cabins would be a great experience. I haven't done it, but like I always think staying on site is a cool experience. So I think they did a good job. I think they did as good a job with what they had to work with, and to be honest, I thought they had quite a good bit of land to work with. So it's a nice spot.
No, it's nice that, isn't it? It's always good to see someone get around. I think ultimately it is down to the lands, down to the architect. Nowadays, I guess technology, they can just make it look like it's been there 100 years.
Well, I mean, you look at how big some of mainly not even just the US, but let's just focus in on the US. Like the guys behind Band and Dunes, for example, their whole philosophy was it doesn't matter where it is, if the land's good enough and we build it well, people will visit. And look, Band and Dunes now is almost unbookable. So it comes down to the land. I think there's a really good crop of course architects, if you want to kind of go down that rabbit hole, that are out there at the moment. And so we're seeing lots of very good golf courses appear. Bandon's obviously still relatively fresh. Stream Song, I'm going to Sand Valley in the summer. They've just finished the Lido course there, which has gone straight into the top 100 in the world.
Wow.
You think what Cabot's doing, expanding the game. So there's a lot of good new golf. I think history obviously plays a big part in golf courses and I'll give you an example, like something like Prestwick. I don't think Prestwick necessarily is like the most amazing golf course, but you just think First Open Championship and the history that goes into it, it has its place, but certainly new golf courses are not something to turn your nose up at.
Well, actually, that leads on to something. It's going to be super controversial, but do you think that there'll be a point where the heritage will not matter as much? I think, so there's the easy one to talk about is the Old Course. Now, I've almost had the opportunity just to go to St Andrews, and I believe being in and around it's magical. It really does touch you. But there was a semi-heated conversation with a very good golfer that had to play competition golf there. He said if you put that golf course anywhere else in the world, it's not even near the top one. Now, these new golf courses are coming up, and they're going to continue to populate the top 100. Do you think it'll be long, or it's only be a while, but before the heritage stops mattering, it does start falling out of, or courses start falling out because of that?
No, in short, but I do think that there are lots of examples where the heritage is propping up what is ultimately a substandard setup comparatively to where it's ranked. And so I think the Old Course, is it even controversial? Like, I don't even know. Like, it as a stripped back golf course, how can you say it's as good as, I'm trying to think of something really dramatic, that Pebble Beach. Like, Pebble Beach is a coastal, iconic holes along an amazing bit of land, Cyprus.
That, by the way, that looks magical, Cyprus. I was so happy you said that. Was on the tip of my tongue.
I think I ask people on our podcast, like Fantasy Football, and where would you play it? And I do make them always pick a golf course that they have played if they go somewhere they haven't. But if I was actually to pick somewhere I haven't played, I think I'd pick Cyprus over Augusta.
Yeah.
Like that Walker Cup. I've always had a bit of interest in it, but I watched that Walker Cup and I was like, wow, this place.
Magical, that place.
Is magical. So did you know it's one of few clubs I'm not sure it's few clubs, but it is a club. Fully private. We were talking about the kind of different tiers of clubs before we started. Fully private club, but you can ghost host, is I think what they call it, where basically the member doesn't have to be there.
Yeah. Is that where you have to turn up at a certain time and queue up to be on there?
No. So I'm the member of Cypress Point, and so let's give a different example. I'm the member of Birkdale.
Yeah.
If you wanted to play Birkdale as my guest,
yeah,
I would have to be playing golf in that group.
Yeah.
At Cypress Point, if I was a member of Cypress Point, I could book you and your 3 mates a tee time at Cypress Point, and I would not have to be on property.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I like that.
So really, the key to Cypress Point is you just need to find a member,
Yeah,
convince him you're a good enough bloke, and he logistically doesn't have to be there for you. He just needs to ring up and go, yeah, these lads go on. So I know someone who knew someone, and 9 years in a row, he went and did a Pebble Cyprus trip for his birthday with a group of mates.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty special.
Crazy stuff. Yeah.
I guess somewhere that secluded, not populated, you can fit that in, but it's good of them to do. I'm quite sure. So when I played Tory, they were talking, the lads I was with were talking about you have this putter system. So on a Saturday they let, I think, 3-4 balls out for free.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty, but you have to get there, like, you're talking 3-4 a.m. to get your putter by the door.
Yeah.
And you essentially go back, sleep in your car, and you just see who you're playing with.
I've heard stories of Bethpage Black being kind of similar.
Yeah, I think that there's something magical. I'm sure Cyprus do that like a handful of times a year.
Maybe. No, I've not heard that, but yeah, quite possibly. But back to your original point, I don't think the history of the game will necessarily fade away, but it definitely does prop up certain places. I think St Andrews does, to be fair to it, have this bizarrely magical feel. It's the golfiest place I've ever been in my life. Like,
it's a great way to love that.
But it still feels like English village kind of vibe. And you go into the pubs, they're just covered in golfing memorabilia. You've just got so many courses right on your doorstep. The town just lives and breathes it, and it's something you can't really describe or understand, I suppose, without feeling it. And so it is a special place. It's obviously got some iconic holes, and it's got iconic moments that have happened there. And so for that reason, it's the home of golf, and rightly so, I suppose.
No, it's just, it is always going to be an interesting take as people find these new ways to manufacture courses to be as stunning as they are. But so going back to a little bit more heritage, I'm a little stopgap before you do get to Hillside, as you rubbed in our faces.
You'll be laughing when it's raining sideways tomorrow.
No, I love nothing more than hearing people have like a good day.
Yeah.
I was going a little inside. Would you rather lose a round of golf knowing you've played fantastic, but somebody had their best day, or win having a horrendous round and wanting them to miss every putt?
Depends how much money it was for, I suppose.
Okay, yeah.
But I think I'd prefer to play well and lose than have a stinker.
You
and
can
win.
walk, and there's something about the person you're with. You're even made up. Golf has that unique nature. Probably you've been in golf longer, so you have this.
Yeah, so that's a good point actually. I think let's say I've been to a golf course, I've played it once, I know it's amazing, and then I go back a second time or third time, whatever, and I'm bringing people for the first time, and so they're experiencing it for the first time. I get more enjoyment watching them enjoy it for the first time, me knowing full well what experience they're going through, than I think I do actually doing it myself and like living it. It's so cool when you just know something's going to be good, and someone just like, you can just see them going through the motions of just like having a great day, playing a great round, whatever it might be. So I would.
Something awesome about the golf. I genuinely think that's the golfing community. I don't think any other, obviously very few sports are so individual, but I don't think you'll ever experience anything as beautiful hosting somebody in any capacity as you will with golf, which is always pretty interesting.
No, it's a great game. And I mentioned to you, Ginger Golf was on our podcast last week. Playing that many rounds of golf, 652 in a year, he met so many people, and his main point that I kind of got from him was he was just like, the golfing community is great. It really is. So
yeah, well, obviously, and I'd love to get you to chat with Andy, who'd been on with me, because your golf knowledge will surpass mine entirely. But he's got a true passion for golf courses. But he chose to help Ginger Golf just voluntarily, like that's.
Oh, he was one of the two.
Yeah, he was one of the two.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, we spoke about his team, because I was just like, surely he didn't do it by himself.
Yeah, no. There was somebody who helped him out earlier as well. James Berger, fantastic lad as well. But and what Andy and the partner done just for the whole year is fantastic. But I know he has a passion of golf courses, so I'd love to see what
that'd be a fun connect.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. But so we're getting to Hillside. I really do want you to enjoy it. I want the weather there. I want you to go to me, Lee, at the belter.
Yeah, we'll see. I've played it once before, and it was pretty cold that time as well. So, but it's a great track. Yeah. It is a really good track. I mean, what a spot as well, just sandwiched in between Birkdale and S&A. I think so many people, we have a lot of punters coming over from America, and I think they always think, where in Ireland am I going? Where in Scotland am I going? England is underrated. Now, I'm going to say, people are like, oh, it's obvious that that's a good spot for golf, but I promise you, it's just not put in the same light as Ireland and Scotland. But Southport, and then even Surrey, Berkshire kind of area, there's some magical golf courses in England. So not to be overlooked.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with actually the Northwest. I'm not going to ask for a cop-out of your top 5 courses. I'm going to give a bit more pressure.
Yeah, go on.
If we split into regions, so Northwest, does Cornwall, Devon count as its own region, or is that South?
Yeah, I would Southwest, we'll call that. So Cornwall and Devon.
Here we go, Southeast, Northeast, and then we'll just go that central block. So I guess it's that way geographic. I clean cars for a living, so forgive me, but sorry, like central, isn't it?
So I mean,
Midland. It's not Midlands, but
maybe do it this way. So on our website we have Southeast, London, Southwest, Northwest, Southport. We kind of call that, and then we have Yorkshire and the Midlands.
Okay,
that's kind of how we split it.
Can I have your number 1 in each of the regions, please?
Number 1 golf course.
Yeah. So my favourite in Northwest region, while you get to have a pond there, mine's Formby. Formby Golf Club is I think it's maybe because it's more Heathland than Links.
Yep.
And I always lean toward Heathland, but wow, I absolutely love it.
So I think Birkdale probably would be my answer up here. I feel like there's going to be a lot of obvious answers, unfortunately. But Birkdale would be where I'd build a trip round up here. But I think there's a lot of good stuff. And then I would go Hollinwell for Yorkshire and the Midlands.
Yeah.
Which I know Ganson's in there as well. But for me, I thought Hollinwell was unbelievable track. Just felt secluded. the holes ebbed and flowed with the land so beautifully. When you were on the boundary of the property, it was just kind of sheep fields and rolling hills. And we played it. The gorse was yellow, the heather was purple. I thought it was a magical track. So that'd probably be my pick from there. London, I haven't played both the Sunningdale courses, so I think they'd be in the running. But I've got a real affinity with St George's Hill.
Okay.
I think St George's Hill is mega. So you go in, I don't know if you've been to Wentworth or St George's Hill, but these golf courses that live on these super premium London estates.
Yeah.
The whole experience of like driving in and you're just looking at these houses and you're like, who in God's green earth lives in these things? And so you go a bit of a gawk at the houses, get in, and then I'm a big, really mature pine-lined golf course guy.
Love it.
It's what I like. And so I think St George's Hill has iconic red brick clubhouse on top of the hill, and then I think it's got near enough 18 good golf holes, which I think is a mark of a proper track, not having a weak spot. They're actually doing work on both their 9s over the next 2 years, which I was like, blimey, like I wonder what they're actually doing. But so probably St George's Hill would be my pick from the London crop.
Why you have a little think? There's a very small, cheaper golf course up here in Manchester called Royal Vale? No. I'll get the name for you. Really quirky little course, but again, 18 memorable golf holes.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's very hard to do.
Oh, yeah, honestly, it's fantastic. I'll have to get that name for you because, again, you're going to get there. It's only a £50 round.
Yeah.
And you'll go there going, yeah, these are some quirky golf holes.
It's probably a good thing you mention it, because otherwise the listeners are probably just going to be like, this lad sat here mentioning golf courses that cost 450 quid each.
But you know, like that, realistically, it's nice to be able to hear that as well from somebody who's got to experience them.
Yeah.
Like, it's not something everybody gets to experience, so to hear you talk so passionately about them is nice. And
yeah, like they're good days out. I mean, golf is getting very expensive, and I think there's ways to do it. Like I said, we're up in Scotland, so we played Western Gailes yesterday. Western Gailes is almost 300 quid, so if you play it in the height of summer. We played it for 95 yesterday.
Wow.
So you can do it. Obviously, it's not quite the same conditioning, but especially if you go play a course that's sand-based, you can play it outside of peak season and it'll still be a great golfing experience.
It's something, actually, just why you get to think of it, is that people need to remember that those winter bookings are so worth it, aren't they? Formby ladies, £85. Again, Formby men's is 110.
If you've got some flexibility as well, watch the weather.
Yeah.
Find a nice day. If you catch the sun in March...
November as well. November's quite... It's not, I'm not going to say use the word nice, but it's not as cold as it used to be.
It's fine.
It's this time of year now.
Look, Turnberry this week, greens are in good condition, hard underfoot, ball rolling, bouncing in the fairway. If it was sunny, which it wasn't, but if it was sunny, it'd been great.
Yeah.
So then to complete the lot, southeast, it's hard to not pick Royal St George's, but what I will say, a bit different away from the coast, West Sussex is a great course that a lot of people maybe haven't got on at the top of their radar.
No, I wouldn't say I've even heard of that, to be fair. That's quite noted.
So it's decently well ranked, but it's, I think it gets overlooked from Prince's, Royal St George's, deal. And then southwest, I'm going to go for Saunton. I think Saunton might be the best value long weekend you can do in the UK. You go down there, they've got 2 courses, east and west, both well priced, lovely part of the country. Then there's like Royal North Devon, which again is a relatively affordable round of golf. And I think that for like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you just want to get out and about, is a great one.
Have you ever done St Mellion?
I haven't, no.
St Mellion's Nicholas course, if you like a tree line golf course. Wow.
Really?
That is an intimidating golf course.
We've got it on our website, but I've never played it myself.
Oh, no. So, okay. After I speak to you, I'm down in Devon in May. See if we got some free dates and we'll try and get down there together.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
really nice. And you know what? In terms of if you could trust the team to look after your clients, fantastic team.
Really?
As well. Awesome. Really nice experience.
Nice. Like it.
I love that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So the West Sussex is a big one. That'll be that West Sussex, wasn't it? Yeah. That'll be on my list now. Thanks. I hadn't heard of that.
Do you follow the Surrey golfer on Instagram?
I do not.
He's a good one to follow. So he's Alex is the assistant GM there.
Okay.
Great photographer. And
really?
So he just every week or so he just puts up this little carousel of pictures from West Sussex, and I always think,
I love that.
Proper track that.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? That's class.
But like I said, there's just so much good golf, and you don't have to go and do a big week-long joint if you're based in the UK. That is 3 days, 4 days, knock off a couple of them, just get out with your mates. Like, that's what it's all about.
Well, I guess again that's where the FPG pops in nicely, the full program golf, where you can speak to people and say what have you got free, what's your time, and the experiences. I know again you mentioned that people be going, this is where you play, but that's where you can trust your experiences to be able to go, yeah, I'm going to give you a great trip.
And look, I've sat here and I've mentioned a lot of the best and most expensive golf courses in the various areas, but one I always like doing, so we send a lot of people to East Lothian, so you've got North Berwick, Gullens, all this, that and the other. Always, if I feel like someone's trying to work to a certain budget, I'm like, go play Kilspindie.
Yeah.
120 quid.
Nice.
Unbelievable. Like, we know within the regions where your best value is as well as what your top boys are.
Yeah.
And it's about just balancing it. It's meeting what someone needs, what they want to do. Oh yeah, you go play. You go up. You can play Kilspindie. You can play Gullen 2, and you can play the Glen for like just over 300 quid.
Yeah.
For all three.
And it's going to be a memorable trip. You're going to have a fantastic time.
You're in golfing Mecca. You're going to have a great time with your mates. Amazing views, coastal, proper links tracks.
Yeah.
You don't have to go play North Berwick, Gullen 1, Muirfield.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. So I think, there's options. There's lots of options. That's what it's all about.
Do you know what? I might have to speak to you. So I had my coach on recently.
Yeah.
And,
I was listening to it on the way here.
Oh yeah. So honestly, top man. But we've been suggesting this golf trip for a while. So we have a couple of camper vans.
Yeah.
And so we want to do it where we head up. There's pairs comp. So me and South African lad, absolutely awesome, Connor, against Paul, professional wise, work with a lot, and my golf coach. 2v2, and we're going to play a golf course. Going to get a hotel booked for 2 people, and those who do not win will be sleeping in the camper van.
Love it.
So I think we may need to speak to the FPG about getting this sorted. Actually,
hey. Open any time.
And so there was something we got to talk about, your service, which I think people need to truly understand. And it's so much more than the booking of the golf, isn't it?
Yeah, like the clue's in the name. The way it all started with FPG is basically I was organising my mates' golf trips, and it was all about just trying to go bigger and better every year. We're always trying to do bigger. And the golf is part of it. A big part of it, don't get me wrong, but it's not the whole cake.
Yeah.
It's the restaurants. It's going out in the evening, enjoying the culture, enjoying the nightlife. Maybe you have a non-golf day and you go do something. So we go down to South Africa, so we'd be doing winery tours or whatever it might be. And so like there is just more to it than the golf. And so we try and do the full program. And so if someone really kind of lets us get our teeth into a trip for them, like we've just had a group of 8 down in South Africa, and they were there for 10 days. I think they played 7 rounds of golf, but then the 3 days that they weren't playing, we had them all sorted. We've got a bus driver down there. He took them to see all the penguins at Boulders Beach. They went out Table Mountain. We had them in the best restaurants. I've got a slightly younger group going in April. Like they all want to have a party. So like we've got them the table at Cafe Caprice on the Sunday, and it's like knowing that that's the place to go. That's the day you need to go there. And so we're just trying to, like, every breath you take for a week, we're just trying to sort it out for you so that the organizer maybe can take the credit, but actually don't have to do that much work. And so we just look after it, stress-free, and it's just a slightly more rounded trip, I suppose, than just your 2 nights, 2 rounds in Portugal that you might get from a different company.
I love that, and it's nice to see that there's such a passion to it. And obviously this is kind of, I know you say this stems from you and your friends kind of building, trying to one up every year.
Yeah.
But what is it that made you feel like you truly want to bring a bespoke service? What is it that made you think, I want to be the one that...
It goes back to the point we made earlier. Like, I genuinely get enjoyment from other people experiencing stuff that I know is boss, as you'd say.
I love that.
And so, like... I would say our best spot is down to South Africa, and I spent 3 months a year there. I know the place, I know the golf, I know the route I think that is the best to do. And I always set a WhatsApp group up with the group, and I send them their itinerary for the next day every day, and I'm there available for questions. I'm always at the end of the phone, so they feel like they've got that kind of concierge experience.
Yeah.
And I love it when they text me, just be like, just finished at the Links. What an unbelievable track. Like, can't believe how good a golf course that was, or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And that's just what it's all about. Like this is for right or wrong what I like. I like golf, and in particular I like golf holidays. I like the experiences that come along with it, and I'm just trying to spread the word.
I love that though. It's I'm going to use your word without being, it's pretty adorable though. It's like it makes you want to be a part of it. Like I find it fascinating, honestly. It's good that you like to share it as well,
and you're passionate about it as well. Like and you do your content game. Like when you're interested in something, and you've got genuine care and passion for it, it doesn't feel like work. Like I worked in London for 10 years doing stuff that just not once since I've done this have I woken up in the morning and been like, I just can't be bothered today. Like I'm in the shower and I'm thinking about it. I'm on the drive here and I'm thinking about it, and that's it really. And that's what I want it to be. And I feel very grateful. This is what I do.
It's nice as well. At least that people actually get to see as well a passion, because when you know you're working with somebody who's truly passionate, at least you know that their all is given at the end of it. That service, which will be pretty unique. But you've mentioned South Africa quite a few times now, and you've just hinted at the fact that you spent a couple of months there.
Yeah, I feel like it's the season at the moment, because obviously the weather's not so great here, and so people do go looking for winter sun. And for me, you're looking at maybe like Florida, Belek. Gets a bit tough around Christmas, but Belek can be a good off-season place. Southern Spain, Dubai. But then for me, South Africa, Australia, I suppose as well. But South Africa is for the UK. Night flight, straight down, same time zone. So you take off in the evening, you land in the morning, you can be straight on the golf course. The currency is weak. For good or bad. Not great for their own economy. But for the punter coming in on holiday, having a weak currency is class. Food's incredible. Mountains, beach, good golf. It is just... For me, it's the best location, and I don't think it's necessarily spoken about right at the top that often. But I just think all-round package, South Africa is the spot.
And with a subtle hint to your past as well, you have an understanding more so than others of opportunities. A lot of people are still going to travel and want to experience maybe local cuisine, local wine, and that's a unique factor that you can definitely bring to that area of the world as well, which would be really fantastic. So
when we get an inquiry through from South Africa, I'm just like,
you're really excited.
I roll up my sleeves and I'm like, I'm ready for this one.
Have you told them it comes with a one man extra cost because you're coming with them, or?
No, that hasn't quite happened. To be honest, I've done some hosted tour stuff, which is great. To be honest, like I'm not going to sugarcoat that any other way. Like if you go to play and host at the same time, like that's the ultimate.
Is that an option?
Yeah, can be.
I think if I was to do South Africa right now, it does feel like a miss to not have you there.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing with the WhatsApp group. I'm trying to make it feel like I suppose I am there. The bus driver Kenny, who's a good friend now, he does a great job also giving that personal touch and very much being there and available, like at Fancourt, which I think's again one of the most underrated golf resorts in the world. Incredible setup there. The guys, caddies there, they're unbelievable. And compared to what you'd pay for them in the UK or America, like you might as well have one kind of vibe. And my guy Brandon down there, always put him on the lead booker. So again, I'm trying to give that personal touch even if I'm not there. But what I actually looked into, and I'm not, unfortunately, not a good enough player, but what you do get a lot more of is you get hosted trips by PGA pros. So you'll send like 7 people out with a pro, and then they'll give lessons through the week, play with them and do that. So that's probably where the most hosted trips come from. But yeah, you can.
That's awesome, though. That's a nice way to tie it all in, actually. And again, that is an option of a package through yourselves.
Yeah. 100%.
Mate, that's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. So whatever people want. Sometimes having that person on ground, if you've got kind of VVIP, spending a lot of money, I almost feel like I feel better if I am there, because at least you can then be like, is everything good? Sometimes you get the dreaded phone calls and you're just like, oh no, what's happened?
But I assume that they are incredibly rare, but inevitably things can go wrong. It's for me, it's always. I don't think I've ever judged anything something going wrong. It's how people respond to it.
Exactly.
And I think that's, again, there's a passion, a personal touch.
Yeah.
The WhatsApp's there, the phone calls are always there.
That's it. Like especially what we do, there are a lot of moving parts just by the nature of the packages we create. If something goes wrong, doesn't happen very often, but if it does, you just got to be on it. You've just got to make them feel like you care and you're going to fix it as quickly as humanly possible. And that's what you can do.
And like I say, I imagine that's far rarer than anything, but it's just a confidence builder that is there.
100%.
But you touched on your golf for a second then and said you were quite not in love. We'd be wrong to be having a golf chat and not be talking about your golf. So where are we at in the game at the moment?
Not where I want to be.
No. What are you missing in the game?
I'm just never as good as I think I should be. Yeah. And it's the problem with this game that maybe you come down a shot in your handicap, but then it's just like, there's always someone better. Yeah. I play with good players a lot of the time, and my good stuff is good, but I just have too many bad shots in there. And I also, at the end of last season, I went up 1.1 in my second last round of the season. And so I've just chewed bricks all off season about it. But I'm back home at the minute, and I'm seeing my original golf coach, Chris Cutchy, and we're doing every 3 weeks, 6 lesson block. I'm going to sort this out. And we're going to get to a point where, especially in the industry, I want to be I'm off 7 at the moment, which to me feels a couple away from where I'd like it to be. I think anything 5 or below would be where I'd want my golf game. And so my South African handicap's 5.9.
Is it?
That feels more where I want it to be. But you just make up these random levels in your head. So I'm just 7 to 6 feels like this massive gap of I think at 6, which was at the beginning of last season, is a good player, and then at 7 I'm a bit oh god, it's.
It's funny you say that, but I can kind of get, so I'm not at that point yet. But when you do get to 6, everybody speaks about. That's where it's no longer stopping mistakes, is it? This is where you start having to execute good shots to really get down. Whereas getting to 10, you're stopping very silly mistakes. Getting to 6, you're stopping all mistakes, and that's where you just go. That's when you're good, isn't it? When you're stopping them very silly things.
It was just a frustrating year, 2025. Played the best golf in spurts, but it just never was with a card in my hand. So I shot my first under par round. I had my most birdies in a row on a round. I did. There were milestones in there.
I was going to say, let's not just skip past them. Congratulations on them. That's pretty cool.
And it was and it felt good, and it felt I was in control, and I've always putted well, and so putter was rolling. But just I throw in 4 bad swings around, and they unfortunately have been very bad, and that has always just held me back. But so we're working on it.
So I know we've used the word relative a little bit today, but can you think back to, because have you always played golf?
No, so I started quite late. I was a cricketer, and I started golf. Funny enough, random and very random when I think now. Bubba Watson winning his first Masters was the big aha moment. I have no idea why.
Because he had fun.
He wore the all-white Travis Matthews, and he had a pink driver, and he just slashed it around Augusta for 4 days, and then obviously won in that playoff with that amazing shot out the woods. And I was just absolutely gripped from that moment. And so that was in April. We've got a kind of bit of a field. We grew up in the countryside, out the back, and I had a club just knocking around the house. And for best part of 3 months, I just hit wedges back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then joined a golf club in that August. Got my first handicap of 16, and that was when I was 18, 19, and then kind of have played mad since. But I really regret that I never had the opportunity to be a youngster and go to these golf squads that exist now, and they're chipping and putting from the age of 8. And you can just see it when you meet those people, that they just have a feel for the game that it's just almost ingrained in them from an early age.
This is something that being trying to speak about most definitely with my dad. I lack feel. Taking the game up at 30 is crazy. You do miss that. And John used a great thing. He said you can see if someone's a bad golfer, you still know if they learned to play the game as a child. They just move in a better way. They don't find the middle of the face. So their move is just nice, isn't it? But the reason I asked, was more that you've taken up 18, so you've not had that opportunity to really make it a part of your lifestyle, and Imagine thinking that your problem is that you can't get below 7 now. Like, sometimes you step back and go, yeah, I've done all right there.
Yeah.
To get past 9.5, you're in the top 10% of all golfers.
Well, I tell you, so the handicap system shifted, 7 years ago?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Something like that. And I remember I was grafting. I was around 10 something, and you're coming down by 0.2s and all this, that, and the other. And all I wanted to be was off 9.
Yeah.
Desperate for it. And the moment it actually happened was just when the system changed.
Oh, don't. Yeah.
Which I have to say did take the shine off it a little bit. But yeah, that is how I got down to single figures. And yeah, we've come close. I think we've been 5.6 has been the lowest, and I felt good when we were at 5.6. I was a decent sportsman, and I have put quite a lot of time into trying to be better, and for whatever reason, I just haven't got down to that kind of 2-3 area that I, in my mind, feel like I'm capable of.
Yeah.
And it's an incredibly frustrating thing.
And I know it'll be tough probably to say yes to now because you've just listed some incredible courses.
Yeah.
But since working in golf, have you found that you play less golf? And when I say play, you obviously get to play a lot of courses. Have you found you struggle to practice is the same now?
Ooh.
Because obviously I imagine when you got to your 5.6, you're practicing, you must be off course.
I've actually been always all right at like making time to practice. I know some people are like, as adults, they're like, I never practice, I just play on the weekend. I do.
I was trying to find an excuse for you. You should have said no.
No. Unfortunately, I do practice. And I tell you what also really winds me up, and I get it quite a lot, is I've got a relatively aesthetically pleasing golf swing.
Yeah.
Like I don't, I swing it relatively classically.
Yeah.
Hit it a decent distance. So I just get it all the time. Just like, how are you not lower?
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm doing everything.
I'm trying. Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. But it's why I love the game. It makes it keep coming back.
If it helps, I'm on the other end of that scale. So I played with Cooper Postman's Park Golf the other day. And he said, how the hell are you an 8 handicap? And what do you mean? I've never seen someone drive the ball. My strength is my wedge. I can get up and down. Yeah. So you can chip like you. There's no way you can. But your iron play is abysmal. So I am just one of the ugliest golfers, but get to a hole. So I promise I would much rather someone ask me the way you do than say, well, how do you get round looking like that?
Yeah, fair enough. I'll give you that one.
It's harsh, shocking. But no, it's been good, man. So you know though how I like to end this podcast. You've listened to a few of them, and you've already told me you've teed me up. You're ready for this question.
Ready to go.
And we're going to hopefully contest you on it. So we're going to get against the grain and find a hot topic in golf. Maybe not everyone's going to agree with you on. Go on, what is it? Bud?
So I think it's topical at the moment. You look back at who won Bay Hill. I think the putter should be the shortest club in the bag. I think that should be the rule. I think when they changed the anchoring rule a couple of years ago, I think they bottled it. I think they got it wrong. And I think there are too many people in the broom handle, people who are poor at putting, and they are finding ways that go against the traditions of the game, in my opinion, to improve that area of the game. And so, yeah, Tiger Woods said that when they were making the rule. They were like, he thinks it should be the shortest club in the bag, and I completely agree with him.
Yeah, I don't think I can disagree, and you'll definitely get a couple question that for sure. But I think a lot are going to agree with you, to be honest, because it just takes away that air of doubt, and golf is an integrity sport, but unfortunately not everybody operates with true integrity, do they? So, listen, I don't think anyone can complain about Akshay. He comes across a great guy.
Great guy, great player. I think that top hand gets dangerously close to his chest. And to be clear, I don't think he is anchoring it.
Yeah.
But
you've just got to take that away.
I love Adam Scott. What a beautiful golfer Adam Scott is. But at the end of the day, Bernard Langer, another example. Demons on the greens, and I think that's their problem, and they need to be working against them rather than just having this option that is so different from the classical way of doing it. And it's so different, they actually find a way to be significantly better. It's not golf, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I kind of like that, actually. Can I double down on that?
Please.
So, unfortunately, I'm somewhat partnered with Lab Golf right now, so this is a terrible thing to say, but I don't think the professionals should use anything but a blade. I think if your putting technique requires that much MOI, that you need to work on your technique and not get a bigger putter.
Yeah, cool. That is really stepping up the game. Because people, there's different, like the blade fits a certain release of the putting stroke.
Yeah.
And
it's funny because, and this is, I'm going to be a hypocrite to myself right now. Scott Fawcett coming out saying that statistically, golfers are not better at putting. The putting stats have not improved over the last, I think he said, 15 years. Now that could be green speed, pin location. There's factors to it for sure. But then I do look at Scotty Scheffler overnight, and there's no question that when his golf swing's on, and he's in a funny place right now, he is a sensational golfer. But when he changed to a mallet overnight...
Yeah, and I think that's where it's mental. Well, so interestingly, I saw an interview from Scotty, and he actually said that in that season where he putted very poorly, he said he wasn't overly worried because he said he always was a good putter. Growing up, college system, he was a good putter. And he was like, I'm going to work and it's going to come back, not a problem. Now, the visual change, obviously was the thing that just kind of kicked him on the right direction. I have a feeling that if he'd have stuck with the blade, he probably would have turned it around anyway.
But it's that question, isn't it?
It is, yeah. No, it's an interesting one. And what I do find interesting, I like Lab Golf. I think they're really good products. Like I haven't got one, but I've used them and I think they feel great. Not a huge amount in play on the PGA Tour.
No, I think there's always going to be an interesting. There's more in play when they are not partnered with a brand. I think there's got to be a point of that. To be fair, now, I think Scotty and Roy both have a Vokey in the bag, don't they? And Scotty's still with Pro V, I think.
Oh, do they? Yeah.
Well, because I think their most lofted club is a Vokey still. Or it was maybe until pretty recently. So there's definitely player power, but for the majority, I think once you're with a brand, you're with their bag.
Do you use one, the Lab?
Yeah. So I've got 2 Lab putters. One, I've used the DF3. It's the only part of my game I gain strokes on a scratch player. Now, So I got to say.
How do you know that? What do you use to like?
Shot scope.
Interesting.
Yeah, so big fan of shot scopes.
I downloaded an app called Draw More Circles, I think it was called.
Okay.
And you had to input like every shot, like how far you hit it, what lie then you were in, blah 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 blah, and then it spat out strokes gained. Data like you would get on the PGA Tour. And it's very interesting.
Yeah. Oh no, fantastic.
I'm similar to you. I'm a scratch level putter. And everything else is.
It's really upsetting, isn't it? Really, 'cause you're like, oh wait, that means there's a lot of things wrong. I just find it fascinating. So Lab, massive fan, and they truly give me such confidence. Because I used to be an elbows out putter. Everything about me wants. So my dream would be in the Lab Link. So it's the bladed Lab. I think I love the idea of zero torque. Massively behind the feel of the face. I love a soft putter. I've actually just got the firm face Oz for the slower days, purely for that.
I'm a soft putter guy as well, so I have a white hot with one of their old soft inserts, and I thank God every day I'm not a Scotty Cameron man, because I know if I was, I'd be so far down that rabbit hole with everyone else. Like there's just this weird disease that people seem to have about Scotty Cameron putters, where they just have to have more than one, and they have to have the random head covers. We were actually speaking about it with someone else on our pod. Like I follow this random guy in America, and he like travels to San Diego and spends thousands on Scotty kit all the time. And I'm just like, for all the cost of golf, I'm glad that isn't one of them for me.
Oh yeah. Well, wait till you speak to Andy.
Oh really?
Yeah, I promise. I think you're really going to enjoy him. He's got a wall. So he did have a Scotty, and is now with Lab. He's now got Lab ones. Head covers. Honestly, he's mental. But yeah, you can get in a dark hole with Scotty. Oh my gosh.
You're walking through a field of dark holes in the game of golf.
Golf is. It's the most beautiful and torturous sport in the world.
I've got quite a few friends kind of coming into the game a bit later. You know, they kind of got into London, and all of a sudden they can't go on the golf corporate day because they can't play. So all of a sudden they're hitting me up being like, how do I do this? Da, 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 da. And when they just work it out that golf is just like about being outside with your mates and then normally having a couple of drinks afterwards.
Makes it easy.
And then they've got all these, like, you can buy all this kit, and you can just see the male brain going, whoa.
Shiny toys. Every one of them is shiny. That's the problem. But
yeah, literally.
No. I'm really excited to see what people think about your putter take there. I like that.
I'm very, very firm on that.
Yeah.
I'm not actually that opinionated, I don't think, but like that one I hold pretty pretty strong.
Yeah, you were confident when I asked about it, so I'm happy with that.
I like how before the podcast started, you were like, "Oh, by the way, I just need you to think about this." I was like,
"I've got it."
It's
awesome. Well, no, honestly, thank you so much for having me as a stopgap. It's
absolute pleasure, and I'll say to the listeners or the watchers, the sofa is as comfortable as it looks.
Literally, I think when I started the channel, we probably when we were shopping this on this, it would be great to just have a conversation on.
Yeah,
and that's literally what it's all ever been for. So.
Hey mate, good for you. Really enjoyed being on, and do it again.
Enjoy tomorrow and stay dry.
I'll do my best. I got the kit, so
good lad. I love it. Fails prepare, eh? Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers, boy.
Absolute legend. Thanks, mate. Enjoy it.
Yeah, loved it.
Fantastic.
Always.
Thank you. Honestly, it means a lot that you've called.